All right, here's a quick little update on our Trello board for our school. Originally, we had this much longer list of things that we were doing, but I decided to make it more simple because we had originally put basically everything we were doing, which included playtime, games, activities, drawing, educational videos, a book, specific books, and reading times, and we put them all in here, and we were having trouble like because we missed some things, and it just was a lot. So we decided to simplify to make it less. It also allowed for the space below that I can drag things around that I did not have before. So that was very helpful. We still have our curriculum list, which has all of our books. And if I click on this, I can scroll down and I can see exactly the week and the day in the curriculum, so I can check it off. Also, this particular book is really great because it has it's meant to be worked out of the book, the instructor's guide, so you can check things off. I have the different books that are needed for each of these, so all of them are listed so we know what's all included. It also has a description of what's going on. So as we finish stuff here, we can click stuff off there. So for instance, our Bob's books, we've done the first 3 sections there, so that's good. We can see that our letters here, we've done A, B, C, and E. We haven't finished E, but that is all what this is for. This is to keep track on top. I also have one here with all the labels, just because it kind of lets me know what our options are. I just thought that was really great to be able to see. And I also have this planning tab, so I can write more notes on what I'm trying to do. Originally it was giving descriptions on how to copy and paste the boards, but I said ignore this for now because I'm actually changing some of that, so that's good. And then the other thing I did is I took some automations that I used here to let me get back to my Trello board. I used some automations to do some really cool things. So let me do this. Let me copy the list, and we'll just call this sample so that you can kind of see what's going on. And then one of the automations that I did is this book shark. I was trying to edit this, so let me control all something else, and then let me delete this checklist, and let me delete this checklist. So what had happened is I was redoing these book sharks, and I was having to open it, edit this, add the checklist, go down, find the right one, and keep going. But instead I was able to create this automation through the rules. Actually, it was through the card buttons, and I was able to create this automation that it said when I click this button called Bookshark, change the description, add the checklist 1, add the checklist 2. So that's what I was able to do. So when I go to my sample here and I click on this Bookshark, I can go down to where the automation is, click this, it'll fill out the description, then it adds checklist 1 and adds checklist 2. So now it's all done. Now also, if you notice the date, it's on the 9th. Well, when I copy this board for the next week, I really need it to say the 16th. So instead of clicking on this, clicking on the 16th, hitting save, and calling it done, I can actually have it stay on the 9th, and it's much quicker because I'll click on this, I'll click on next week, and that'll change from the 9th to the 16th automatically. So that's also one of the automations, which is really cool. So I'm going to archive this. Actually, I'm not going to archive that. I'm going to delete the whole board. So, but that's kind of what's going on there. And then what I'm doing is I'm creating these for each day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I just call it the weekend Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I have Sunday, which apparently somehow I got rid of Sunday, so I'm going to bring that back. And then this should be July 14th. And then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go in here and change this to 14. So this is what I have to do when I don't have the automation. But the cool thing about this is that I can change these fairly quickly because I only have, what's this, 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I have to change, and it used to be that I had like 12. So the things that I have in here, Bookshark's prehistory gives the material list that we need, notes, and book lists 1 and 2. So basically we're trying to do 2 days in 1 day. So we do 1 day here and the second day here. And if we don't do the second day, it's fine. Math with confidence, we're just doing the lesson plan at a time, sticking with that. The handwriting, there's a giant flashcard, uppercase, lowercase, and pen and pencil practice. So that goes there. The phonics reading Bob's books, we're just making sure we do the exercise. And then we have this PE play. This is where we took all of our other stuff and combined it down into one. And the way I did that is I have approved YouTube channels, and then I have additional stuff as well, which I haven't copied over yet. But there we go. But it says it's basic games, activities, any self-directed time. So there's approved YouTube channels, PE activities, art, music, Simon Says, all uploaded there. And that will get copied over just like I did with the geography with that Bookshark button. I will add a button specifically for PE play, and I'll use that to add all these and update these. And when I get to this point, it's basically telling me, hey, if you haven't updated or the list, you need to stop and copy paste these. These are like the last 7 that are clean. If for some reason I work past this and I don't think about it, I can go to my templates tab, and that's where I have all these, and these will be updated correctly as well. Right now it doesn't have the PE play in there, but I will put that in there as well. We just changed that, and then this will be updated as well. And it does or does not have, and it has the 2 lists in the, yeah, so this is all updated here with the history geography, but it doesn't have the PE play updated. So that's what we're using right now, and the idea is to simplify it. And again, when we finish something, we just check the little box and it's marked done. We also can do the checklist for the individual items, and then when we're done, we just take this one and we hit move list, and we move this to our homeschool file cabinet. We move it to the last board, hit move, boom. It's gone from here, and it's moved to the file cabinet, and it's right at the end, so we keep track of all the days that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and move this back to our homeschool weekly schedule, and I'm going to move it to position 2, which is where it was sitting at before, because this is 1, this is 2, and so now this is ready for tomorrow. I also have a section, like, I guess you can always add a section, but I added a section specifically for the notes here. It talked about how we adjusted the schedule and did different things for this particular day and how it's changing moving forward. So I'm trying not to make a bunch of these because I have to edit every single one when we update, but this allows me to very quickly and easily update things. And since we're using the curriculum itself to guide us, our Bookshark is here, our math is here, our Bob's Books is here, handwriting we're using highlights, then we have educational videos, and then we have games and activities too. So like Brain Quest, we actually did some stuff today, so I could check off all of these. I have to look exactly to which one we did, but we have like half of them done now. And so I guess technically it would be 24. So we have half of them done, so we can look here and see exactly where we're at and know where we're at through this. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's a fun little visual, and then we have other pieces too. But that's where we're sitting, that's what we're doing, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So this is where we're at. I've been told that this is not a schedule, this is actually a rotation. because we're just doing these, 5 things in a row, 5 things in a row, 5 things in a row. We're trying to do all these in the morning, ideally, before we do lunch. That kind of is just keeping a routine. We have some play or educational stuff that our daughter can do on her own. So she's only 5. So what she does in the beginning is she grabs her tracing and for her letters, and she starts with that. When she finishes the capitals, she'll do the lowercase. When she finishes lowercase, she'll do numbers. When she finishes lowercase and numbers and capitals, she'll go into the next set, which is actually a big book that kind of basically redoes the whole thing again, because that kind of practice is just something that she needs at her age to give her more pen control. After she finishes that, she can do free draw or coloring until we wake up and are ready to do our thing, at which point we start the bulk of her education, which is this Book Shark. She's ahead in math, so we actually have a separate math program that we're using. And then if there's any more handwriting or copy work that she doesn't do in the beginning, we'll do here. We also have that giant flashcard, which has like a story and activities and stuff through Abeka, which we're using, which is really cool. And then we have Bob's books, which is just reinforcing phonics and reading. So we're working on that too. And we started with kindergarten, and now we're jumping back to pre-K, because I feel like my wife and I decided that there are some simpler words that she's not quite getting. So we want to jump back to this to kind of build confidence so we can move forward with the kindergarten. And then for the educational videos, like, we just got a ton of different videos that I went online and just scoured YouTube to try to find some cool stuff. Like Cosmic Kids Yoga, we actually don't watch on YouTube. We watch on Amazon Prime, because it's free on Prime, but not on YouTube. Danny Go, she loves because it's like exercise, and it's great. It's like PE in the living room, which is cool. So usually I'll do a Danny Go, or as long as she's willing to do Danny Go, and then we do yoga afterwards, so it kind of calms her down. But like, that's phenomenal. She loves animals, so the Cincinnati Zoo is great. She loves science, so Science Max is a great one. Alpha Blocks is good for reinforcing the phonics. We started doing Homeschool Pop, I believe, which was homeschool videos for her as well. And we've got some other things in here too, like chess. She was starting to learn, and I haven't been able to go through all of these. We watched some Number Rock the other day, but all this is stuff that has been pre-approved, and we let her watch that while she's eating lunch, so she gets a little bit more, and really give her free reign to watch educational videos. And that's the hope there, is that she will jump up and do her thing and be exposed to more educational stuff. But that's what we're doing right now. It's basically history, geography, math, handwriting, copywriting, phonics, reading, and play. And then we're also reading to her. This is a very big reading section, and it has some nighttime, bedtime books too. But that's what we're looking at. My mom pointed out we weren't doing history, so that's been added. But other than that, I'm not really sure if there's anything missing. The cool thing about homeschool is that, good or bad, we're responsible for figuring out what we want to teach, and we can literally do anything. So I really am excited about figuring out what we can do. And then of course on Sundays and Wednesdays she's at church, so she's learning from her church classes, and church we go to has amazing church, like, biblical education, so I'm not worried about that at all. She will get plenty of biblical education there, and then all the rest of this we can cover on our own and then supplement as well. And again, this is not the entirety of everything she's exposed to. We're also talking to her, speaking, answering questions, encouraging thought, and trying to get her to ask questions. And there's other stuff we're doing too, but this is just step one. And I'm a first-time homeschool dad with my first kid in pre-K, so hopefully I'm doing things okay, and look forward to hearing any feedback from you guys on how I can do things differently or better, or how I might be able to better organize. I've already simplified a little, but I'd love to make it as easy as possible.